Birgit was new to the support ship posting. He had retired from active military duty, but was still relatively young for a Zichthi. He had decided to join one of the human support ships, as it was similar to his military duty, and would allow him to continue to travel the stars and see new places. Support ships were a uniquely human thing, galactically speaking. All species had emergency response services, but only humans operated outside their home systems. Birgit had spent 30 cycles chasing rogue ships and pirates in the military, as he had thankfully lived in a relatively war-free time. He had enjoyed the camaraderie of the ship, as well as the travel to new interesting locations. After retiring, he signed on to the human support ship service, to provide aid to those who were suffering from natural disasters, pirate raids, or areas of armed conflict. Birgit was in the mess hall, just a few days out of port. He had collected a plate of vegetables and beef-flavored protein slabs, and found an empty table to sit at. He had started to chew on a fibrous root vegetable when a couple of humans came over from the line and sat down at the table. "Hey, I'm Jones, this is Davis. Mind if we sit here?" the taller one asked. She indicated her shorter companion with a wave, as she set her tray down. The shorter human, a male if Birgit was correct, also slid his tray onto the table with a nod. "By all means, I'm Birgit. Pleased to make your acquaintance." The two humans sat in front of their trays and quickly started to eat. Birgit took another bite of root and was chewing when Jones, around a mouthful of food, said, "So you signed up for support, or did you just transfer from another ship?" Birgit swallowed his food and replied, "I am new to HS3. He used the common acronym for the Human Support Ship Service. I retired from my homeworld's military, but did not yet wish to settle down." He nibbled a piece of protein as Davis nodded approvingly, and Jones smiled and swallowed with a mouthful of food. "Good to know. If there's any trouble, it's nice to know someone who can shoot us close by." The tall, brown-skinned woman replied, smiling broadly at Birgit before putting another forkful of pasta into her mouth. "Yeah, especially after the mess on Gelvin," said Davis, a pink-skinned, muscular human. "I thought I was going to lose another arm." "What do you mean another? You appear to have both upper limbs." Birgit was a little confused. Well, we got good replacements," Davis said. He grabbed his left forearm with his right hand and twisted it a few times. Each twist revealed a little more of a metal band that went all the way around his arm. With the last twist, the whole forelimb popped off, about 2 inches below the elbow. He flipped the now detached limb around a few times in his right hand, like a soldier doing rifle drills, and then twisting in the opposite direction reattached it. "I see. This happened on a support mission?" Birgit asked. "Yeah, happens all the time. Earthquakes and other natural disasters, lots of shifting land, and semi-collapsed buildings. It's pretty common in HS3 staff. Jonesy here has 2 fake legs." Birgit looked back at the female human. She gave a quick nod and, swallowing the food in her mouth, said, "I stepped on a landmine that got missed while we were providing humanitarian aid to refugees of the Khitmar conflict. I might have claimed my original replacements were a little too short." She grinned and with a quick glance winked at Davis, who chuckled as he poked at his salad. "When did this happen?" Birgit asked, having set down his plenched, or eating utensil. His antennae were unusually still, but neither of his new companions had picked up on the Zichti's behavioral change, being relatively unfamiliar with the giant ant-like race. "I lost my arm a few months back," Davis said, spearing a tomato with his fork and popping it into his mouth. "I lost my legs about 3 years ago," Jones replied, twirling more pasta around her fork. "Why do you ask?" Birgit was unsure of how to respond. He had been in the Zichthi space fleet for a long time and never suffered a single injury. He was a frontline infantry soldier and had personally led the charge on numerous boardings and raids. Personal armor and shields had saved his life and limbs more than once. The idea of losing a limb was not foreign to him. He had seen such things happen. What puzzled him was that the humans seemed almost proud of losing limbs. He told his new companions as much, and then asked, "Why are you not bothered by this loss?" Davis set down his fork, and Jones wiped her mouth with a napkin. "Birgit, this is a support service ship. Everyone here is a volunteer. We get paid, but no one was conscripted. No one was forced to sign up. When I go into the field, I go to help people. Human, Zichthi, Porfek, doesn't matter. We help people. I don't think about how I lost my legs. I think about the small children of a refugee camp who are playing in the same field, who still have their legs. I think of all the families who won't have to bury their young. I think about all the people I helped." Davis pulled a small photo from his wallet and handed it to Birgit. It was a small Ferric teenager. "She graduates primary school education next month. She's going to be a doctor. I pulled her out of a collapsed building before a plascrete slab shifted and caught my arm. spend the rest of her life healing the sick and injured. I saved her. I kept her alive. I did that. You fought against pirates to keep people safe, to free slaves. You've made a difference in lives as well. You know that, right? Jones asked. I do take pride in my service to my people, Birgit confirmed. We do as well. We keep doing this because to not do it would be too much of a price to pay for our own safety, Jones said. The future of all lives you saved, Birgit said, thinking he understood. There's that, and it is definitely a huge motivator, said Davis as he tucked away his wallet, having replaced the photo. But it would cost something else. It's kind of hard to explain, but look at it this way. Could you walk down the street of your hometown and walk past a collapsed Zichthi child without stopping to help or call for aid? No, of course not, Birgit said. Well, we don't want to see anyone suffer either. We have a word for it, but it doesn't translate properly. It means to do the right thing, even when it's potentially dangerous or threatening to do so. The reason you do this, even at risk of life and limb, because to not do so would cost you. I'm curious, what is this word? Our humanity. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you're new here, welcome aboard. Check out the description for the story and join the Discord if you like. Consider supporting the channel and the author as well. It's a dangerous world out there, but remember to be brave and look up to seek the stars.